It's always important to follow a fair redundancy process. Generally, employees need to have at least 2 years continuous service with their employer to be able to bring an unfair dismissal claim. In order to defend an unfair dismissal claim, an employer needs to establish a fair reason for dismissal, such as redundancy, and a fair process has to be followed too. The employer must consult with the individual and seek their views prior to any decision. There is no specific length of time required for a consultation period, but it may last around 2 weeks and will depend on the circumstances. The employer may need to carry out a fair selection process, where, for example, employees are carrying out the same or similar roles and there is a headcount reduction. A fair selection process would normally be required. The employer is also required to consider suitable alternative roles for the employee within the organisation and possibly within group companies too. Depending on the number of proposed redundancies, the employer may also be obliged to consult with the workforce collectively. For more information on collective consultation, do watch my video on the topic. Even though employees with less than 2 years continuous service with their employer cannot usually bring unfair dismissal claims, you should always follow a fair process. Firstly, employees could bring certain unfair dismissal claims which do not require 2 years continuous service, such as for whistleblowing. Secondly, employees could bring discrimination claims, which again have no minimum length of service requirement. Thirdly, following a fair process is important in terms of employee relations and for the reputation of the business. Finally, don't forget that for collective consultation claims, it's irrelevant whether the affected employees have had less than 2 years service. For more information, do visit my website. Remember that this video is for guidance only and should not be relied upon for specific advice. Also, the law can change. And finally, please do subscribe to my channel for updates.